Okay, for this one, we're actually going to graph. All right, so the big thing here is, one, recognize your two graphs that you're drawing. Y equals 3x plus 1. So remember, 3 over 1 is our slope. So we rise 3, we run 1. Then 1 is our y-intercept, where we start. Okay, so we're going to do that for two different equations. So remember, this is 1 over 1. So our slope, our y-intercept. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to have to understand is that where we're going to split these up. So we have a boundary line that we're going to be drawing. So that's the very first thing we always want to do, is draw our boundary line at the breaks. And so this right side is always going to tell you where those quote-unquote breaks are. So when x equals -1. So right now, I'm just going to go over here at x equals -1, just like when we did our axis of symmetry line, and I'm just going to draw a little dotted line. So now I know that when x is less than 1, this is going to be the graph. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, when x is less than -1, I'm drawing 3x plus 1. When x is greater than or equal to 1, I'm going to draw, on this side, x minus 3. Okay? And I'm actually going to do that one in a different color. Let's do it in red. X plus 3. Okay? So just like before, whenever we're drawing a line, we always started at 1, and we went up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then to the right 1. Up 1, 2, 3, to the right 1. Then we also went down 1, 2, 3, and back 1. Down 1, 2, 3, back 1. Down 1, 2, 3, back 1. So now, before, we would have connected all of our dots and we would have had a line. But this time, what we're actually going to do is we can only draw this line to the left of our x equals -1 line. So we're actually going to draw this line just here. Now, we have to figure out, okay, is this an open dot or a closed dot? We have to remember at less than, not less than or equal to, it's going to be an open dot here. Okay, for the next one, at x plus 3, again, we start at 1, 2, 3, and we rise 1, and we run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Then we also fall 1 and go back 1. Now, just like before, we would have just connected those and made one line. But this time, we have to remember that it's only to this side of our blue dotted line. So now, we've drawn only on the right of our x equals -1 line. And because it's greater than or equal to, this will be a closed dot. Then we can erase our extra dots here. And that is a piecewise graph. So we've got our two lines going in two different directions.